are you, sweetheart?
I'm 24.
20. Okay, you old enough. Young, you want me to call you Young?
You can call me YND.
YND is your name?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a content creator, so I go by YND.
Okay, YND, you're 24. Where you calling me from, babe?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio. How old are you?
24 years old.
24. What do you do for a living?
I'm a technical recruiter, but the main things I really do is content creation. So I'm a dating coach on YouTube.
Okay, so you're a dating coach. So are you here to find somebody? Because I'm not here to help you promote.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here to find somebody. It's not for promotion.
So if you're a dating coach, I would assume you would already have people, no?
It's easy to find. Yeah, it's easy to find women. Very easy to find women. It's just the type of woman I'm looking for. That's where it's kind of difficult with the lifestyle of being a content creator and filming and stuff like that.
So what do you do as a dating coach then?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I asked. What do you do as a dating coach?
I'm teaching guys how to date,
Oh, you're
but
teaching men. You're teaching the men.
yeah,
Okay, I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
get
So
my.
I'm kind of like I done took over kind of like the red pill type of stuff. I'm not red pill, but I done kind of took over like the dating scene basically. So I'm teaching guys.
Listen, brother. You're probably red pill, and I'm gonna probably have to check your page out too, because I want to see what you're talking about. But listen, at the age of 24, it's one thing if you're just advising brothers what to do and what not to do, but well, I guess that would be the same thing as a dating coach. Or am I incorrect on that? But it seemed like you
Yeah,
started.
I think it's different. I
Oh,
think
go
it's
ahead.
different because I don't consider myself a teacher or a coach. I consider myself an advisor.
Hmm.
Uh, I
Boy,
only can. Slim, she's doing it again.
I see.
I'm a bit about.
Respect the brothers.
I
Go
can
ahead. Go ahead.
I consider I consider myself. I'm not a teacher. I said I'm an advisor because I work with numbers and money. So I think I just attached that to like advising men to do this and do that. Advise women if they want advice on identifying with things that men do. But I don't consider myself a coach because I feel like I would have to be more consistent with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I would have to be around you. I would have to tailor you in a sense, and so I feel like I'm more of an advisor. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Was there something that you wanted to say?
Mugga.
Was there something that you wanted to say, Mugga? Since you called, and we're not gonna call any of the brothers
I'm
boys.
just saying that.
No boys. We're
I'm
men.
just saying. Okay, sir.
All right.
Listen, sir.
Oh, that's it. All
I
right.
think that
Oh, okay.
a coach and an advisor is the same thing. I think they got different techniques to a certain point, but initially it's kind of the same thing, sweetheart.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and continue with this brother.
That's fair.
Teaching guys how to date successfully because it's easy for me in a lot of regards. But when it comes to like finding a specific type of woman that I'm looking for, when it comes to, because right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build with somebody when it comes to content creation. So I'm kind of looking for somebody that's on the same page as me, like into content, filming. And that's what gets real difficult because a lot of women, they just don't understand that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
So I want to be clear. You're not here for promotion. You're here to truly find a somebody.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So YND 24, Cincinnati, Ohio. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Leo.
Leo. Do you have any kids?
No.
No kids. And I'm assuming you've never been married, right?
Yes, sir.
He don't exercise. Look at his arm, Slim. That nigga don't exercise. That nigga just he probably got a gut. You know those skinny gut niggas? He
Yes.
don't exercise, nigga. He just a light skinned nigga that did that little, what's that little thing they do with the little brush in the head, the curl thing, they rub it around your head.
Sponge.
Sponge. He did a little sponge thing, and he just put on a little ass chain and said, "I'm gonna be a life coach." So let me stop. He might be a good one. I don't know, man. I mean, he don't exercise, man. I don't. That's one thing. You gotta look. I'm telling you this right now.
Hmm.
As a man and a woman, you gotta exercise at least 3 times a week. At least 3 times a week. calisthenics in your house. You could be in your room. Right before you go to bed, stretch. It's for blood flow. It's for blood flow. Exercising, you think better. You'll be less irritable. And I think that if you can apply along with mental health, physical health, if you can't supply like advice on finances, economic advice, I think that you're giving a disservice to people because it all connects together. It all in this society, you got to connect the dots. So I think with life coaches, because when I hear life coach, I think it's very limited. It's limited. Like it's like you can't do so. It's like they're just. I don't know. I would have to hear what he got to say about it.
I'm about to say it depends on the type of knowledge that a person has personally. Like if you have a certain knowledges about certain things, I think that could be very beneficial. I mean, I've seen
I
results
agree,
with my
but
clients.
I agree, but with me, I like to teach everything. I like to teach all facets of like how we gotta live in our life. So I'm not knocking people that are really good at advising people on just like mental health. Like that's it. But to me, I just feel like I think once you open people up to understand like how valuable they are, like themselves, I think they're gonna want to know more stuff. Like, well, okay, now that I feel more confident, I understand my value, I'm making better decisions, but okay, my finances need help. What do I do? My other confidence levels are low. What do I do here? And I think to me is limited in a sense where I hear a lot of people saying they just can't take care of themselves. Now they got the confidence, now they still struggle with other things. So I could supply all like facets of knowledge to help people like foundationally. So that's why like when I hear life coach, I guess you could still say that I'm a coach, but I just don't like it because of like the limitations. To me, it's not put it this way, it's not a limitation, but I just think you should supply people with more because you're going to want to know more. The more you know about yourself, the more you value yourself, the more you're going to want to do more things. Put it that way.
That makes sense. Let's go ahead and continue because there's some things that disturb me a little bit with this brother. Let's continue.
No, I've been married.
Oh, you have been married. When did you get divorced?
2023, so a year ago and some change.
How long was you married for?
It was about 3 years, so I like to say 2.5 to 3 years running.
So you got married at what, 21?
But no, I was 20.
Okay, you have no kids, correct?
No kids.
So why'd you get married so early?
I just thought it was right, at the time. You just do what you think is right.
So why'd you get divorced?
Didn't see eye to eye on some things. I like to do things my way, and she didn't. Her family was like overly involved, and I had some family members that was trying to be overly involved as well. So, it just I can't be controlled. So I was like, I don't like ultimatums and things like that. So I said, yeah, we're done with this.
Okay. You got some paid questions, child.
So before we get to the paid question, because they're gonna probably throw some shots at them, brothers, listen. A lot of us, and I do this too. A lot of the advice, wisdom, and knowledge that I try to give out is because of past experience that I've went through, and I don't want anybody else to go through what I went through. So I advise people on what not to go through or what not to do. And I believe this is what he's doing. I don't know what his page looks like, but that's probably what he does. He was married at the age of 20. They didn't work things out. I'm not saying, and I'm not here to say that he was too young to get married. People probably say that, but I'm not saying that. He just didn't. I don't believe he knew the woman very well. You don't know people very well until you live with them. That's just the honest truth. Or either when you take them, only way you'll get to know people very well, or you'll get to know them a little bit better, is when you live with them, or take them out on a trip, a 3 or 4 day trip, and you'll probably know how they really are. Go ahead, Mugga.
Yeah, I think that is the age. Because you know who that person, I mean, if he knew her since, let's say that they were childhood sweethearts or whatever, he knew who she was. He didn't know who she would become because they're still young, so they're still growing. into themselves and getting their lives together and transforming into full grown adults. So I agree. He didn't know her. He may have known her, but he didn't know the type of woman that she would become, and vice versa for him.
Right. And let me say this, and I believe that I heard this in your room yesterday, Real, and I don't know, I forgot who said it, or maybe it might have been a video. But when you're that young and you're dating, you don't have no responsibilities at all. But once you get into once you have to have responsibility, which of course what I mean by responsibility, when you have to take care of not just the woman, but you have to take care of bills,
Mm-hmm.
you have to take care of life,
Mm-hmm.
you have life, then now more pressure is on you. See, when you're young, you don't have no pressure on you like that. So
Right.
I think once the responsibility, and I'm talking about on both parties, him and his ex-wife, once the responsibilities kicked in, that's when things started
That's
to
gonna be the
go
real.
right. Things started to go,
Yeah.
and I could be wrong, but I believe that's probably what could have happened. I got you, General. So,
Yeah. I'm gonna speak for more of how I was raised. Because I was raised in a different country. Uh, the character of a person never changes, no matter how old they get. Being responsible should never change. I do think the lifestyle and experiences do change, but I think if you're still holding down the foundation of your character, I think y'all should be growing together. That's what I mean by synergy. But I do think because in the Western culture, the rule of thumb, yeah, I will agree with Mugga. They're too young because of how kids or how young adults are learning how to
what's up, Queen?
date. They don't really get that true knowledge until later in their lives. What's up, General? Got your coffee. Uh, later in if you look at statistics, people are getting married later now, later than they ever did. People are understanding finances later. So I do agree
Thank
that
you.
the age of the maturity level will be different because the expectations of a teenager is not you're ignoring a lot of factors in life that make it hard. Like when you're an adult, you know that you still got to pay bills and still try to love another person, still try to take care of your kids, still try to make your kids understand why you got to work overtime. They don't understand that you're working overtime so they can have a birthday. They just think that, oh, I don't never get to see my dad. They don't know that he's working overtime because unexpected bill came up or he got a car wreck or something. They just say, oh, my dad never comes home. When he comes home, he looks unhappy. Is it me? So it is the factors that we don't identify with until we get into it. But because we weren't instilled to identify, because our parents are not sitting us down and saying, well, let me give you an understanding that you're going to look forward to when you become an adult about love. Now,
Right.
what you're experiencing now is a level of love, but when you get older, you're going to have bills, you're going to have responsibilities tailored
Right.
to your success. You're going to, and it's going to make the things like love that seems to be easy right now, it's going to make it a little more difficult. So, your parents are supposed to, but they're not doing that though.
Right.
They're not sitting down with their kids and having that talk so their kids can say, you know what, my parents did groom me to be prepared for this. So now I know how to compartmentalize my feelings, my expectations, my efforts, my merit of work, and understand like how these things need to work together in order to get what I want in life. Not just want love so much that if something goes wrong, I'm done with this type of life. I'm done. I'm done. The world is just attacking me. And that's what we're running into.
Right. Let's go ahead and continue.
Jehande said, you still got Similac on your lips. How the hell you gonna teach someone how to date?
That's a real question?
That's a real question.
Oh man. Look, whoever that is, tell your girl to hit me up and I'll show you.
Tell his girl to hit you up.
Yeah, whatever girl he crushing on, he could tell her to hit me up and I'll show him how I can teach him how to date.
Okay, so whatever girl you want, he said, send her his way.
Yeah.
And he will tell
And
you how.
I'll show him how it's done.
Okay, all right. Well, let me get more into your business. YND 24, Cincinnati, Ohio. is a Leo, no kids, was once married, is an online creator and a dating coach. What kind of woman are you looking for?
Whew, it's a long list. I'll say, just to start, keep it simple. I'll say submissive and cooperative. That's like the big thing.
So you're not finding that along your dating journey.
I find it in different aspects, but not exactly with what I'm looking for with what my lifestyle brings, which is different than a lot of people, right, doing this like content stuff and, filming. So, yeah.
Because you want her to be submissive, cooperative, and also a business partner. Like you want your relationship to be, like you want an internet relationship, basically.
Somewhat, yeah, somewhat. And at the very least, I'm open to different, versions. But I'll say this: she at least got to be okay with what I do. So what I found basically was before I was a dating coach, dating was easy. Once I became one, and then I'm telling women that, and they see what I do, and then on my channel, like I bring girls on there. That's where the problem comes in. A lot of women have a hard time separating the business aspect of what I do from real life. You get what I'm saying? So that's like the main problem.
I want to jump in because some people are saying I never claim to be a dating coach. So just FYI, I don't claim to be a dating coach. I don't claim to be a dating expert or relationship expert. I have said this 10,000 times on my show. I'm a journalist that created a dating show to allow people. Now, I've been doing my show for almost 5 years. So after talking to more than 10,000 people for 5 years, you can share data and information. I do that at times, but I don't claim to be a dating coach for those that are trying to say that's what I do. No, I give single people an opportunity to come on my platform to expose themselves to the World Wide Web of the people that follow me and a chance for them to meet a somebody. Will I get feedback at times? Absolutely. Because like I just said, you hear so much in the 5 years of hosting this show. So let's be clear. Now back to you. Okay, I just wanted to add that in there. All right, so what are your deal breakers?
On cooperation, if you crazy, too many mental health issues.
What are some? Give me some examples of crazy girls you've run into.
That's kind of crazy that you got to ask that question, Kendra. And you have some of the craziest women come on your show, but you gonna ask a question like that. I guess we got to get his perspective from a man's perspective what crazy is. So let's see what this brother means by crazy.
I agree with you.
Oh, go ahead.
Slim, before you play,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say she don't even ask women to give examples of what these women mean when they say these things about men. So I'm agreeing with her. She's not a coach. She's not a life coach because she does come from a very biased place when it comes to hearing a man talking a woman talk. And it's very biased even when it comes to certain women. If she thinks that woman's ugly, she gonna question her like it's nothing. But she thinks she's beautiful. The woman can say she fucked the guy last night. She uses man, and she'll find someone to say, well, girl, you still beautiful, girl. So you're gonna find. I think she's gonna find what she wants. You can tell that with Kendra. So she really does come from I'm your sister homegirl, but I'm not your friend.
Right.
Because she will make these women look stupid. She'll post you. Because
Right.
there's a lot of good people, there's a lot of good women that go on her show, but she won't post them. She'll post the negative, crazy story women. Like she'll post those videos. But that's it.
All right. Let's continue because let's see what this brother has to say about crazy.
Yeah, so like for me, like after I lay it down, a lot of times, like not a lot of times, but sometimes, like some of the girls, like they done popped up at my house, like unexpected. That's like crazy. Calling my mama, calling family members and stuff. That's what I'm saying, like that stuff. Nah, that's crazy. Can't be like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot.
Let me tell you something, and it's probably gonna be some hate. Y'all niggas that think just because you laid a pipe down, women. I don't. Man, you know what? I'm just gonna hate, man. Y'all niggas think that just because y'all lay a pipe down, nah, y'all ain't doing. Maybe it is. Maybe y'all put it. You know what? Let me change what I just said. Y'all niggas over here laying the pipe, putting it in their heart, or touching their heart. Y'all need to stop doing that. Only give them the tip, brothers. Do not give them the whole thing on the first night. Let's continue.
you, a lot of my cousins, that's my followers, they think that you're clout chasing and just trying to promote.
I believe everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I can see why they would think that.
But that's not the truth.
No, it's not.
Okay. Should the girl look a certain way?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm big on, I like thick women. Like the last woman that was on here, I
Yes.
like how she looked, but they ain't got to be just like that. I'm kind of open. My predominant preference, I would say, is black women for sure.
Okay.
I'm about 6 feet, so it kind of don't matter most of the time, like the women's height. I do prefer natural looks though, like natural hair and stuff. That's really the main thing. Straight teeth, straight teeth. I love fingernails, like getting your nails done like the right way. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. That's like the main stuff.
So real quick, I'm just curious. What do you teach the men? Can you say you teach men how to date? So what are the issues that you're finding that men have when it comes to dating?
Um, a lot of guys, I mean, a lot of guys is just down bad. I mean, they have a hard time dealing with women's like flakiness. So a lot of women, like, they cancel on dates. A lot of women just use guys for attention and, free dates. If they do go, then they don't.
Wait, they're telling me you're recording. Are you recording?
No.
Okay. All right, because
How would you know that he's How would you know if he's recording or not? How? The comment section.
Slim, it's a lot of weird faggots and shit, and they just weird. It's about a bunch of niggas in dresses that have paranoid drama mindsets when it comes to people. Now, you have to remember he's only 24.
Right.
So I think when he says, when I lay it down, I think there's phases when men think they're fucking the shit out of these women, that they really do have that level of control and to make a woman go crazy. And we all know when we get older, it's not necessarily, I think what we're saying to women to make them expect something, plus, we're giving them good dick. That's what makes a woman crazy. I think because she goes scream out, he made me feel like I was going to be this and that whenever they're going crazy. They're not necessarily, now if she's chasing dick like niggas chase pussy, of course, but we're talking about women that claim to want to be in relationships. A lot of the notion and the craziness is behind the promises that men make that they're not really abiding by, because they just want to fuck.
Right.
They just want to fuck. So that's why when I give my advice to women, I'm telling them, if they're saying it to you, they are not serious. I don't care if they say it to you. They're telling you I'm not, because there's only two types of men out there. If they're speaking more like you and they agree with most of your shit, they're most likely lying to you. I'm just gonna keep it real. They're most likely lying. But let's continue.
Let's do that.
Well, I'm done.
I continue.
Yeah, and then a lot of women just have a lot of options compared to most men, not me, but a lot of men. So then it's like, the women usually have a hard time, like, it's this new guy popping up every day. It's a new guy, you know what I'm saying, through dating apps, through social media. So that's usually the problem that a lot of guys is dealing with. It's like they can't get a girl to be consistent with them. That's usually like the biggest issue.
Someone made a good point. Do you want the girl that you're trying to date to call you YND?
Nah.
Then what is then?
That's a good point. Are we serious here? But anyway, women have a lot of options. What the? I don't see how women have a lot of options. I don't really see that, and I could be wrong, but I don't really see women having. You think so?
They do. Yeah, Slim. If we're hunters and they have to wait to be approached, in most cases, they do. We can't help that they're going to the wrong places for their options. Mm-hmm. But women, I will never take away the fact that a woman could find damn near the type of man she really wants. She just tells herself that she's going to find it in unlikely places. Most of the time, men are approaching women. Most of the average environments, men are in competition with other men. That's just what it is. So they have options just because they're complaining about the type of guys they're getting. And you start, and every time it happens on my panel, when I start asking them where they look for love, they will say a bar, they will say a grocery store, the mall. I met them here. So that's not our fault that they don't know where to look for the type of man that they want. But women, that they are the gatekeepers of the relationship, the dating market, 100%. Now, I will always say a woman can get these guys. I will never say they can keep them. That's the fine line between the dating market, getting versus keeping.
Right.
For men, we're happy to just get, if we're not really looking for relationships, we're happy to just be able to fuck. And that, to us, that's enough, because that's telling the world that we're earning pussy. Like, these women are saying, I want this man. So that's why we look like a player.
Mm-hmm.
Because women have a different outlook to society. Her chastity is what permits her value. So if men know that they have to do this, do that to get her mind, body, and soul, he's going to deem her more valuable. So I can't help that if she's choosing to go to Wing House and let a guy get her number and assume he's going to be Prince Charming. I can't help that that's what she believes is going to be the guy that's going to marry her. That's on her, but she can go anywhere. Women can get any type of man. It's just keeping them is the issue. So
Okay.
yes, women men don't have options like that. Men have to be depending on the quality of what you want in life.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be practically the finished product. We do. We can't just look at what men are doing that are not completely successful with themselves and where they need to be in life. They're attaching themselves to anything to get by, and it's becoming an abusive relationship.
Right.
It never worked out. So you gotta market it like, okay, what type of people are we talking about? We're talking about people that really want to be in committed relationships. Are we talking about people that just want to dick and dates, chasing pussy, chasing dick, deviants? Like, what are we talking about? So we're talking about the common denominator, which is relationship-minded men and women. Women are running the dating market. They're not winning the battle though, because they can't keep the guys, or they don't even know where to go to get the guys. But yeah, like you see, hey, so when you go to Target and you see a fat chick with a hunchback, but she got 6 kids waddling behind her, you'd be like, who the fuck? Who would be the? Trust me, they get them. They can get a man. They can get a man to get them pregnant. They can get a man to fall in love, but they can't keep a man.
Makes sense.
That's
Okay.
it.
All right. I stand corrected. Let's continue.
Then you should be giving me the name that you want the girl to date you by, like, because you're looking for a relationship, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be? Shouldn't she call you by your name?
Yeah, I mean, my name is D. Like that's my name, D.
Okay, so I'll call you D. Okay, so one thing I was just curious to know how it works. So you're saying men are having a hard time with women being flaky.
Yeah.
So what? So I just want to know a lesson. How do you teach them to? What is your method of fixing that for these guys?
A lot of guys. So it's two things. A lot of guys, the women are flaky because they're not direct and concise with what they want from the girl, like what they're actually looking for. So that's number one. I try to teach guys to be more direct and concise with their plans and what they're actually looking for with that woman. And then the other thing is just playing a numbers game more. Like, a lot of guys are lazy, you know what I'm saying? So they just want to approach like 5 girls, and then when one flake, they want to kind of complain about it, you know what I'm saying? When really you gotta, no matter who you are, you gotta talk to a lot more women than that, you know what I'm saying, to really get something set. So teaching guys to play the numbers game, getting over their fear of rejection, just going out here shooting their shot a lot, just teaching them how to build confidence, stuff like that. And then the other side is being more concise with your words. Like, I'm big on having a good mouthpiece and stuff like this, articulation and things.
Okay, got you. All right. So we left.
Listen, I don't talk to that many women. Brothers, I don't think that's a wise decision to have to.
Right.
I just, and the reason why I'm saying that, and here's the thing, and I've said this already, I have anybody that wants to be in a poly relationship, go ahead, as long as you are in order Go ahead and do the poly relationship. But you doing that, one, you're going to be playing yourself. Two, what if one of them women find out that you're talking to multiple women? In America, well, let me just say this: women have a jealous streak in them. They don't want to be in competition with another woman. And that's if they find out. We've seen that on Pop the Balloon with a couple of them women. They don't want to be in competition with other women. So in my opinion, brothers, you do that, you're going to be playing a dangerous game. But that's all. If you want to say something real.
I think another thing, I think both parties are doing it too. I think men think that they should open their options when it comes to dating, which if you're just dating, I got to give a distinction. If you're just dating, I don't care what the man and the woman's doing because y'all don't have no goal. But I just don't like when those same people that never had a goal in relationships, they just wanted to date, have fun, do some new shit in life. They say next week after they just had sex with a total stranger, I want to be married. That's the problem, because when they start seeing the consistency of no success out of just dating and fucking, then they start coming to the conclusion that they need a relationship, and you can't just jump to that. So I'm fine with people frivolously dating and fucking and stuff like that. Just don't put yourself in situations where now you're commitment minded. Because remember the woman yesterday that just fucked the guy 2 weeks ago, and now she said, I want a husband, I'm a wife.
Right.
And then you get a guy that was groomed to be most men are groomed to be commitment. Most men are commitment minded unless they didn't have strong male role models or somebody to teach them something to understand their position in life. So a guy that wants to be married is marrying a woman that just fucked the guy 2 weeks ago and telling herself, and this is why the marriage is ruined. This is why he's going through hell, because she has the dating and getting dick mindset, and she doesn't really take a marriage. It's like another night out to her. So she'll leave that. She won't risk it. She won't compromise, and she's going to be miserable because she was used to so many different men able to do this for her, do that for her, fuck her this time, fuck her that way. She never had lonely nights until she gets to a certain age where she's realizing now she has to start paying for dick. So These women that tell themselves after getting dick down a week ago are saying, now I want to be wives. So the men need to be more cautious with talking to these women, because that's what they're doing. This is why you end up in these fucked up situations with women, because you don't even ask questions like that. And you could have been approaching a woman that literally got fucked 2 days ago. Literally. And you'll never know, because like I said, in society, women will lie about who they are. That's why men fall. This is why I try to help men identify with the characteristics of people, so you don't get caught up with these women that believe they're wives next week after fucking a guy 2 days ago.
Right.
So that's it.
Can't make this stuff up. Let's continue with this, brother, because I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of like the dialogue that's going on, because I just wanted to see what's in this guy's head at the age of 24. Let's continue.
The last question I have for you was, should she look a certain way? Should she make a certain amount of money?
Nah, she just gotta have something going on. I don't, a lot of guys, they'll be like, I don't care what women is doing. I do. You gotta have something going on. You know what I'm saying, in your life. Like you gotta have some sort of education or working some sort of job, some sort of goals. I don't really care how much you actually making, because I already make enough as is, and we can grow and build from that. But you got to be doing something. That's a red flag. You ain't got nothing going on.
Okay. Could she have kids?
For a relationship?
That's what you're looking for, right?
Okay, I'll just make it sure, because I can dibble and dabble, but nah, no kids.
So are you saying that you would date a girl that has kids, but you wouldn't you want to grow into a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you looking for? Are you looking to date, or are you looking for a relationship?
No, I'm here because I'm looking for. I already date. I got a date after.
See, this is the problem with this guy, man. Because now, why are you questioning? You clearly said you wanted a relationship, and then you're gonna question her when she asks about kids. Come on, bro. You making yourself look bad. Maybe it must be a light skin thing. Go ahead, my brother.
I'm gonna say this though. Let him do that, because women should be listening to him. When he said Would you talk to a woman with kids and he had to specify? You know how when you ask women, when's the last time you've been in a serious relationship? No, Kendra would say, when's the last time you've been in a relationship? And the woman would say, you mean a serious one? Oh, that 5 years ago. So that's just, I'm telling you, there's a distinction with what's important to men and women. So women have so many different names for relationships. I'm telling you, men have different names for how they look at relationships. So listen to these men. Even when he's 24, he's saying he had to specify because in his head, oh, a woman with children, she's only meant to be fucked. But I want these people slim. I'm mad at the liars. I'm mad at the people that try to be deceptive. You want the men and the women that will openly put their foot in their mouths because I think they're saying what a lot of people would never say. They're saying that, yeah, most men, I don't know, because when I was younger, that's why this whole baby mama being a dead-end thing, even when I was in college in my earlier years, I seen a lot of guys my age dating women with children.
Right.
Maybe I wasn't really focusing on what was being said and done and the intentions, but I just remember men trying to be in full-fledged relationships and she just happened to have a kid. That's what I saw a lot too. But yeah, man, listen to these men though. Like he had to specify because he's like, okay, because when you bring children, he's 24. You got to remember he's 24.
Right.
It's different times now, bro. They don't look at it the same way.
All righty. Let's continue.
After this, I'm looking for a relationship. That's why
You're going on a date after you're done talking to me?
Yeah.
So you're trying to recruit more women to date?
Yeah, because like I told you, the biggest problem that I get now that I'm a content creator and I've been doing this for a year, the biggest problem is when I tell women this and they see it, so they start playing games. Like they try to like outmaneuver me or something because I'm a dating coach, or they feel weird because some of my content, I bring women on there and they have a hard time separating, you see what I'm saying, like the business from what's real. Like they think I actually want those girls because of that, or they just think too deep about everything. That's what I'm saying.
So the girl you're going on a date with, this gonna be the first date, or have y'all been on a date before?
This is the first date.
This is the first date. So you're preparing, so you want to find another girl just in case she decides she can't handle you.
Yeah, you gotta play the numbers game. Well, I'll be boo-boo the fool if I just went out with one girl.
Do you think women should date like this?
Absolutely.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
What? Come on, Kendra. I don't even know why you even asked that question. And you know what? If women do that, that's fine. But it doesn't work the same. And I think that's and that's what I don't like with Kendra. It's like she feels like men and women are equal, and they're not. Especially when it comes to anything, whether it's a job, dating, y'all, we're not the same. We're not the same. Y'all can't do the same thing that men do. Y'all could try, but the outcome is not going to be the same. Y'all better stop playing these games. That's it. Let's continue.
All right, let's do the Kendra cam.
What that is, I'm sorry.
That's when you stand up and we see your full body.
Okay.
They're telling me that you're streaming. You say you're not streaming right now?
I'm not streaming nothing. Kendra, this is my first time ever being here.
Okay, all right. Okay, I gotta take, they're telling me you're streaming, but I'm gonna take your word.
I'm not streaming.
So D24, what's the age range you want to date?
I'll say 18 to 35.
Well, you gotta say 21 is the youngest you could be on my show and say.
Okay, I got you. 21 to 35.
21 to 35. All right, when was your last relationship?
The marriage, so 2023, June.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
What's today? Saturday. Thursday.
This nigga here.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So did you spend the whole day with her, or you just had sex with her?
The latter.
So, and she's not the girl you're going on a date with tonight.
Nah, the girl I'm going on a date with tonight is the first day. I just married.
He said that.
So what's wrong with the girl you had sex with on Thanksgiving?
Nothing wrong with her. She just got to go through the vetting process. I mean, it's just the beginning. That was the first time.
Ooh, child, you're the dating coach. So this
Wow.
I gotta say this real quick. I got a lot of respect for you because again, you're the first person I heard use the word vetting. And now all of a sudden the word is being used a lot. I know you're not the first person to ever use it, but I've never heard it from
Right.
anybody else but you. And then all of a sudden everybody used
And
the
look
word
at
vetting.
look how they're using it. This is why the Western culture, when they take on something, they're trying to manipulate it. You don't have sex during the vetting process. You don't do anything existential. Like you don't have to take them out. The one thing that you got to do with vetting that's gonna make things easier for the both of y'all to see if y'all compatible is make time. This is why I tell men, if you know you're doing something in life that's going to hinder time, and I mean quality time, not quantity time, because a lot of times you'll just be standing around each other not knowing what to say. I'm talking about quality time. That's how you know a person's character. You need to see consistency. Like I said, everybody should say the same thing about you no matter what space you're in, because your character never changes. If you're a respectable man, it shouldn't matter in what environment you're in where they won't acknowledge that. If you're a consistent man, a liable man, that it shouldn't change. Just because you have a lifestyle and other things going on, everybody should recognize you as the same man. If I go to church and someone says, well, Sergio act like this different at church. When I go to work, someone says this, that means I'm full of shit.
Right.
A man was always defined by his character. Your character should never change. What about your character should change in any lifestyle, in any environment? Nothing. Responsibility, holding yourself accountable, those are true factors to a person. So whether I'm poly, monogamous, whether I want to be single, whether I want to be a player, everybody, no matter what environment I'm in, they will say, that is Sergio. That's what everybody says about me. So the thing about it is, when you're trying to gauge somebody based on their lifestyle, you'll get fooled every time.
Right.
This is why vetting is important for women especially, because it's different when you have the expectation after he fucked you and after y'all went on a special date and after y'all found out he's a Scorpion and you're a Cancer. It's different. Because now when you know after vetting, when he does something for you special, no matter what he does, you're going to know it's valuable because you know he's devoted to you, because you got to know that characteristic of him. You don't know how devoted a man is when your expectations is to take you to a nice restaurant to know if he's even a guy compatible with you. It's so crazy. And they said charisma is superficial too. So if you felt like you knew the nigga for 5 years just because I got a lot of shit in common, you're falling into a trap. So yes, a lot of American people, y'all will take something good and poison it. And this man just said, I'm vetting, after he just fucked somebody earlier today. This is crazy.
You can't make this stuff up, brothers. Can't make this stuff up. Let's continue.
This is how you're telling men how to date.
You got to play the numbers game. I would tell women the same thing.
I would just ask this: how are you ever gonna be focused, give a person enough time to see if they're worth your attention? Because I feel like with this type of dating, if you always feel like right now you have a date after the show, you haven't gone on this date yet, but you're already preparing yourself to meet somebody after her. So it's like, to me, it seems like you're gonna forever, if one girl does something that you don't like, you're just gonna move on to the next. And I think long-term relationships that I have talked to, they stick around and they go through shit together. It's not always sweet. All the people that you see married in long-term relationships is them sticking around when the going gets tough. And to me, it seems like for you, you're not trying to stick around with anything. Like, you was with a girl on Thursday, you got a new date 2 days later, and now you're on the Worldwide Dating Show looking for more women to put in queue. So I don't think if somebody wants something serious, you would be the guy to date, because you're already proven that you're going to keep it moving before you even meet her.
No, I disagree. I just got a different vetting process than most of the population.
But you're not, and that's fair, but you're not even giving a woman a week of your attention, right? You're not giving, which is short in itself. But if you're not willing to give one woman a certain amount of time of your undivided attention, and you're just, I can see if you didn't like this person, and that's one thing, right? But to me, your pattern shows that as soon as a woman does something that you don't like, you're just going to move on to another woman.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
If a woman wanted something, I think My observation, if a woman wants to date and just nothing serious, you're the guy for her. Date, have a good time. I think you're attractive. But if she wants something serious, you're not the guy.
No, I disagree. I disagree. I'm both guys, and I can tell you why. So one, the one. So for me, this is how I move. I'll just tell you straight up. Women have to earn the right for me to even care about being like, compassionate outside of normal human decency. So I'll treat anybody with respect, right? But for you to get to a place to where you can do something to me that's actually messing up my life or my livelihood, and it's a riff or like a bump in the road, and then I'm like, okay, we're gonna work through this. That ain't coming in the first 2-3 months.
Hold on, brother. You talking about they gotta earn the right. Now, you had sex with the woman, so you got one of the best things out of the woman, and then they still gotta earn everything else from you? Come on, bro. I can't, come on, bro. I can't even respect you on that one. I can't respect you on. I don't know what type of dating coach you are, and I'm definitely going to look you up, bruh. Because I got to see what the hell you talking about and you doing stuff like this. You basically doing a smash and dash. Hopefully none of these women actually get pregnant off of this. I'm sure you're probably using protection. But all you're doing right now is a smash and dash. That's all you're doing. Come on, bro. I can't respect you on that one. But I'm definitely going to look up your page and see what type of dating coach you really are. Noah, hey, are you trying to come up here? Because the floor is open if you're trying to come up here. Let's continue.
Yeah, no, I'm up here.
Oh, you are?
Didn't want to.
Okay, I didn't even know.
I didn't want to cut into like the video or like cut somebody off,
No, go ahead. If you have, I didn't even know you was up here the whole time. My fault. Did you have something that you wanted to say? Because I didn't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, so like I just find it a little weird that she's saying all of this stuff to him that like, yeah, he has multiple women. Yes, he's having regular sex. Yes, he continues on with or he cuts off relationships fast. At the same time, she needs to be spilling everything she's saying to the women that are on her podcast as well.
Well, that's true,
Like
Noah. But Noah, what we gonna do? I only want to focus on the guy on the panel. So I get what you're saying, but we got to we're right now.
I don't find it weird.
Yeah, but we got to focus on the guy on the panel. I mean, in the video.
But
That's who I'm focused on.
he's not wrong. The guy's not wrong.
I have to disagree with you, Noah, because basically if he's saying all of this, if he's teaching men, basically what he's teaching men to do is smash and dash, and he's using the word betting. Now, and he's looking for a relationship. He's on the show looking for a relationship, but he's going through women just like that. He's not even getting to real. I don't even think he's really getting to know any of the women that he's meeting. He met a woman on Thursday. He smashed on Thanksgiving, which was Thursday. He's going on a date right after the show. Well, I don't think the looks matter.
No, like he's probably 6'2". He's a really built dude. He has a fucking forehead. Like his hairline meets his forehead. And he's less than 30. So he demographically meets what women want. Why does he not have the opportunity to pick and choose who he fucks?
Because the reason why I'm saying this, Noah, is because he considers himself a dating coach. So if he's saying all of this, right? Because I don't know what his show looks like. His show might be contradiction to what he is saying right now. And I could be wrong, but for you to be saying that he's looking for a relationship, but he's smashing the woman, like if he was to say, yeah, I'm just trying to do a smash and dash, that's fine, but that's not what he's doing. He's not looking for that, because if he meets a woman on this show and it doesn't work out, he done got something out of her. He probably coerced her to have sex, and then that's it. He dumps her after that. That's not fair on the woman at all. That's all I'm saying. So I get what you
We,
say, Noah,
we
but we got to focus on him.
yeah, like we could say the same thing about women in the sex industry
We're not talking
or
about women
porno
in the
industry.
industry though.
I
We're talking
understand, but we
about
could
this
say
man.
objectively the same thing about that demographic of woman and this demographic of man because he is a really good prime example of this demographic of man and what these men look like. Like he's a
Again,
really good
What?
example.
There's no
Noah.
way you could sit here and be trying to give people dating advice and you're having casual, irresponsible sex. That's just point blank, period. I don't care if it's man or woman. Right now, we talking about the man that's doing it. That's it.
Yeah, we got. Let's just focus. Let's just focus on the man. Real, did you have something that you wanted to say before? I know
In
that's
the
general.
comments, he got a phone call.
Oh, okay, go ahead, General.
So Kendra said something that I kind of disagree as far as like. No, I do disagree with him just having sex. I do just that point, but
Hmm.
I do not disagree with the fact that if he sees something in a woman that he dislikes, you know what I'm saying? I believe a man should be okay with just moving on to the next. Because there's nothing wrong with it. Because if the woman is not fitting your program, then you don't have to do the struggle of say
Hmm.
we're gonna work things out unless you're that type of person. So that's something I do disagree with. How about you? What you think, sir?
I just don't like the part of the smash and dash. If that's what, like, if he came up there and said that's what he wanted, because here's the thing, he's dating and he's not really dating because I don't even know where like he said he met a girl on Thanksgiving. Well, I don't even know if he did or not, but he had sex with her on Thanksgiving, and then that was it. Now he's about to go on a date right after this show. What if it doesn't work out? So now all of a sudden he got a piece of trim and he's good to go. But what about the woman?
Yeah,
We can't listen. I get it, but a lot of us men, we shouldn't be treating women like meat. You know what I'm saying? We really shouldn't. That I mean, we still got to respect our women. And you wonder why a lot of these women say some of these things about a lot of black men. And yes, I do get upset when some of these women say that. But look at what this brother is portraying. He considers himself a dating coach. But is this what a dating coach should be doing? Because I'm going to make sure I look up his show because I want to see what exactly he is talking about on his dating show.
But even if he
I mean,
isn't, even if he is promoting casual sex on his dating show, right? Because
Hmm.
that's what he's promoting right now. He's on Kendra G looking for dates or
No,
looking for
a
a
relationship,
partner or whatever he's on here. A relationship,
right?
exactly. So it's no way you talking about you engaging in casual sex and then you're on Kendra G looking for a relationship. It's just not adding up.
Exactly. It's not.
but why? Why though? Like, is he not
You
allowed
could
to
let
look
Real
for
answer when
a
he come up
spouse?
here. That's something he like to talk
Or,
about.
Well, Noah,
I mean, like,
Noah, this is what I'm saying. The brother, I have no listen. If that's what he wants to do, that's fine. But the way it looks, because I'm on the outside looking in, but right now it just
yeah,
looked like he's manipulating women. That's how I'm looking at it. The brother clearly said he had sex with somebody Thursday. He's going on another date today. Well, not today. On right after this show, he's going to go on a date. And he's looking, but he keeps saying that he's looking for a relationship. Even when Kendra asked him, "Would you date a woman with kids?" he questioned her, like, are you talking about dating or relationship? But you're the one. But he came on the show looking for a relationship. Why should he? He shouldn't be questioning her. He should have just said, "No, I don't want to date a woman with
oh
kids."
no. So like, what he means is like sexual compatibility is really what he's looking more toward. So like, it's not necessarily like if she has 2 baby dads, 2 kids, you know, he's not necessarily looking at that. He wants really good sex. Like, let's just put it that way. And
Well,
So why is
he
he
hasn't
on this show then?
but Noah, were
I'm
you in?
he's
confused.
looking
Let me.
for a relationship.
Well,
Is he not
well,
able to look for a relationship?
well, Noah. Let me ask you this: were you in here from the beginning?
No, I popped in probably like 20 minutes ago. I just
Okay.
got done with PT.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I think you probably would have got more information if you would have been in here from the beginning. You would have probably had more information. But let's go ahead.
Yeah,
Does anybody else have
came
anything
in
to say?
late.
Because I'm going to go ahead and continue. If not, all right, let's continue.
3 months. The first 3 months, that's a probationary period, just like a job. I run my stuff just like I do with my job with recruiting and sales. First 90 days, if there's any issues in that, you're gone. I only deal with girls. It got to be 100% cooperation from the jump. If it ain't that, then you gone.
Well, I mean, you date like you're the prize.
That's like a abstract concept. People can argue
Because
we
let me
both
say this too.
survive.
You also, okay, it's one thing if you're dating this way, but I don't know, you tell me if I'm wrong or not. Do you require these women to have sex with you during this non-committed relationship process?
Absolutely, yeah, of course. They wouldn't even be around for 90 days if they don't do that.
Wrong. You can't see that's the and you know what? You know what I don't like too is I'm sure that some of these women actually fall for that. But see, he's young. So I could probably see some women probably falling for that. But come on, man. So you out here just now I have to question how many women have you slept with? What is your body count? Come on, brother.
He's probably high up there, to be quite honest.
It probably is,
Like,
but that ain't fair. I just don't
why?
feel that I don't feel that what he's doing is right.
No, morally, what he's doing is probably not right.
Yeah, more
But
of course.
in the market that we have to deal with today, he's absolutely in the right.
Okay, well, everybody has a different perspective.
No, ain't no okay. Ain't no okay. Like, what market are we in today? First of all, you saying we. Ain't no we. That's a black man. Okay? And to be honest, y'all not in the same market. And I think that you should take that into consideration. This nigga is
I
bound to
mean,
start creating broken homes. We can't afford that in our community.
That is a
So
true
no, it's
statement.
not okay for you to be co-signing this nigga and his
no.
casual sex at all.
So are you simply saying because he's black makes it a worse outcome?
I'm simply saying because he's black that you can't co-sign and say that it's okay for him to be destroying our fucking community. That's what I'm saying.
All righty. Let's continue, because I don't want it to get too personal. But let's continue.
That's stupid. This is really dumb. Any girl that does that with you is stupid. She's gonna agree to have sex with you. So that means she's basically auditioning. That's dumb. I mean, it's dumb because the whole point is this. And men say it time and time again. Whenever a woman comes on my show, and here's the deal. I have conversations with husbands, and then I have conversations with men like you. And there's no judgment. But what I've come to terms is husbands, they value their wives. They look at their wives as, and I'm thinking of like 5 different men who have been married. And of course, life ain't perfect. So they've gone through things. But they look at their wives as a piece of their life that if she left, they couldn't imagine, right? They're like, she fits a puzzle that no other woman can fit in their lives. Then there's men like you who I think you aesthetically have the attractiveness. You tall, you have the height in your favor, who date as in you got to be the woman to catch me. You got to lock me down. You just said if the girl's not your girl and she's not having sex with you, why would a girl have sex with you if she's not your girl? Like,
okay, go ahead, Noah, before she continues.
Well, is he properly courting a woman? Like
no.
every day is he?
Well, I don't, to be honest with you, Noah, I don't really know. But for him to say that any woman that he's dealing with for the first 90 days, they have to have sex with him, I don't, that's not fair. Because now I'm wondering, what is it that they're getting out? What is it that she's getting, or these women are getting out of him? I don't know. Maybe they might be getting gifts. I don't know.
Well,
But I don't.
mean,
But I don't. But
we
I.
can.
But here's the thing. I don't think that's fair because I look at it like this. Black men, and I'm just speaking on black men. I'm not, or even we'll just say men. We need to start setting standards. So that way, if the woman says, like, look, baby, when you get with me, we got to go out and plant an apple tree. If she says she doesn't want to do that, then let her go on. But I feel like what this brother is doing is leading these women on to have sex, and and a lot of time once you have sex, your feelings start to change just a little bit. Some of these women start to really like you. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll say anything during sex. You'll say, "I love you. I want to be with you for the rest of my life," all during sex. Now all of a sudden, and he just got what he wanted. So we black men need to set standards before
I mean,
before we even get into all that. And I don't think he's setting all his standards. He's just kind of just moving very slowly. He get a piece of trim. Now all of a sudden she probably acted a little bit crazy, and now, oh, you got to go. But go ahead, Noah. What you got to say?
I mean, I still don't see how he's in the wrong because demographically he fits the right way. Like he's tall, he's smart, he's strong. When he that's why I asked it. For me, it makes a lot of sense if he's properly courting a woman. She for a period of time gets more out of him, more husband treatment out of him during courting in the dating process early on than she probably gets past a 30-year marriage.
But Noah, we don't. But
So
Noah,
that's why,
but Noah, we don't know that. We don't know
right.
we don't know how he's courting these women. We don't know how he's vetting these women.
Right.
But the brother
No,
clearly said
that's
that
why
within
I
the
asked.
not right. But the brother clearly said within 90 days he has to have sex with them. So I don't believe that he's actually letting these women know what I want, as in this is my standards. And that's the problem with a lot of men in
Yeah.
America. We don't set standards for ourselves. A lot of us, we tolerate a lot of bullshit, and then when it gets to the boiling point, now you got to go. And that's my and that's
Well, can I ask you a quick
that's
question?
yes. What is your question, sir?
Would you entertain a monogamous relationship with a woman that you haven't had sex with in 90 days? Would you entertain that relationship?
I would. If I know that she's a genuine woman and I really want to get to know her. Yes, and I'm only saying that because of my age, because I'm in my 40s. So yes, I don't know. Now I don't know if I would have done that in my younger years, but I can't really say because I got married at the age of 21. So I was young, so I can't really say. But at my age now, yes. If she
But
I gotta respect her. She now you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, I'm gonna still set my
yeah,
standards too. I gotta set my standards.
I'm not saying disrespect women whatsoever. I'm not saying that
No,
at all.
I understand.
Dumb women
I understand your
will fall for
question.
this shit that you do.
I understand your question, but there's also you. But as men, we have to put our stipulations and standards. We have to.
We have those. They're just not respected as much.
Right, but
He's
again,
clearly saying his, and he's being put out as a villain.
I agree. But again, the way, and this is just my opinion, the way he's doing it, it's not good. Because in the process, he's probably hurting a lot of women. And that's dependent on how many women this brother has slept with since he's been divorced. But let's continue with this guy.
That should be a requirement off the jump if she wants a relationship.
Well, one, I'll say this: they do it all the time, and then the second thing I'll say is that most of the dudes you probably thinking about is weak men. So I don't know no man.
Pause. These are very successful men that also. I'm happy you said that. They're actually very successful. A lot of them have a lot of money, and that's one of the reasons. Hold on, pause. That's one of the reasons why they don't, because they have so much to lose. See, a lot of you guys don't got shit to lose. So that's why you be around here with so many different women, because you're not worried about losing your business or losing your reputation. These are men that have way more money than you. Not trying to be funny, but you call them weak. So let me just break them down. They have way too much to lose to be sleeping with different women every single night that can come back and blow up their whole entire shop. So I mean, listen, if you're the one thing that's in your favor is you're honest. So I respect that. Any woman that signs up with you knows what she's getting into. But these are not weak men. They're actually very strong, successful men that have a lot of money in the bank.
Well, I don't, and Kendra, I say this respectfully. I enjoy this dialogue, by the way. So same respect you giving me, I'm giving it to you. I don't care how much money they make. So money don't make a man, strong or weak. So it's more about the mindset. So I'm saying the fact that you saying that the way that they would talk about their women is they can't live without them, like it's some sort of Michael Bolton tune or something that they living out every day. That's not what a man would do. See, I know I could live without any woman. You see what I'm saying? So that's the problem for me, just hearing that. I don't care how much money they make. To me, that little rhetoric of like you make a certain amount of money, like I'm a 6-figure earner. I've been making 6 figures since I was 21. That doesn't validate me or make me feel any better. That's just what I make. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, at the end of the day, I respect your viewpoint, and and I stand by what I said earlier. Husbands, that's how they talk. Men like you, who don't, you was once married. I don't know what happened in your marriage, but we could go further. You said your piece.
Well, I think that shows that I'm.
Is that somebody's background or is that the video itself? That sounds
That's
terrible.
the video. Everybody's on mute.
Okay. Okay, my fault. My apologies.
Willing to marry, you know what I'm saying? So I
think the biggest thing that you expect a woman to have sex with you, knowing that you're dating other women and knowing that she's not your girlfriend. To me, that's where it'd be different if you're like, I'll date a woman who's like, I'm not gonna have.
Now I'm wondering if this brother is recording, because why does he have feedback like that? I wonder if he's doing this I'm wondering if he's doing it for content. And keep in mind, this is my first time watching this whole video. And I'm probably not going to play the whole thing anyway, but because this is getting a little bit crazy. But now I'm wondering if he's doing this for content. Let's continue.
Sex with you, you're sleeping with other women, but you're like, you won't even date that woman.
Well, women only do that when they don't like you. So like you saying all of this, but in the real life world, like when you go out with a girl, women will ditch everything that they think as soon as they meet guys that they actually like, okay? And all the women in the chat, they know it's true. They go out with guys and they'll lose all the rhetoric that they watch, because when they meet a guy that they actually like, not only do they do it because they don't want him to leave, but they themselves want to do it, So the one thing that I always tell guys is how much women enjoy doing the do just like men. So women do this all the time. It don't matter what you're saying. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, like, they doing it. So I ain't got to worry about no girl not doing it.
Let me see if we're still echoing. We have an echo, so I will continue with you. Yes, I don't know what's happened. You said you're not recording? Why we have an echo? Hello?
I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not recording nothing. I don't even stream. I don't stream. Okay. So, yeah.
All right. We have so many paid questions. I will say this. I will give you that. You're absolutely right. And women got it, just like I was telling, like him, women need to stop doing that. Stop throwing out your standards for the guy that got a big penis or a lot of money, because.
What's up, Noah?
No, I'm just saying he's absolutely right in the dating marketplace. And so he clearly called out the other side of the line, which are the women that do the same exact thing he's doing. So if we're talking about a pool of people, the main thing they have in common is sex, whether they're successful or not. is he in the wrong in this pool of people?
Yes. I'm going to say yes. The way he's doing things, in my opinion, the way he's handling these women, yes. You can't just be. It's not right. And I'm talking about morally.
Well,
Come on, Noah. I
let
mean,
me ask you this.
morally is not right. But yes, what is your question now?
No, I totally agree with you. Yes, morally, what he is doing is wrong. But how many times do we see this on the other side of the line with women that had sex last night and they pop up on the show?
Well, Noah, we know that happens. But here's the thing. I'm focused on this guy. I don't want to be focused on what everybody. Right now, we're focused on this
I
guy.
know.
And here,
I'm
look, I'll answer
pointing
your.
out biases.
Okay, well, I'll answer your question. We know that it happens. We know that there are women that do that. But right now, with this video, this is who I'm focused on. So, because with me, I want to make sure that men are not. Look, I give out advice, knowledge, and wisdom to other men because at the end of the day, men, and especially black men in America are on the bottom of the totem pole. We do some of the dumbest shit, and then we cry about it later. That's the problem with a lot of us. We don't set standards
Right.
at all. We don't set standards. I'm just keeping it 100. A lot of men don't, and I'll just keep it 100. A lot of men don't set standards. We tolerate a lot of shit. So what this guy is doing is, in my opinion, he's hurting other women. That 90-day shit that he's talking about, he said that in 90 days. Right. So in 90 days, he got to have sex. He got to have sex with that woman. Come on now. Just say that you start doing Sasha Dash. He's 24.
But at 21, would you have gotten married if you had to wait 90 days?
Well, this ain't about me, but to answer your question, no, I probably would.
Oh
no! Wait. No, again, I already answered your question before. But
right.
Look, listen. At the age that I'm
he's just going through a different process.
Oh,
he has a different process because he hits a different demographic of women and the amount of women it has available to him.
Okay.
He's not necessarily
no. Let me just shed some light on some stuff. There's a dating market and there's a relationship market. So we can't put those two together. So the way he's trying to give advice, he's trying to give relationship advice in a dating form factor. If you are a commitment-minded man, you should not be talking to multiple women. The only reason people that do that tell you that that's what you should do is because they don't know how to identify with characteristics that can show them that they trust the person that they're going to be committing to. So they tell themselves, if I date a bunch of them, I might find something that makes me feel more comfortable, but you can't really do that because how the fuck are you ever going to give somebody or multiple people the same amount of attention, quality time to know that? So they're just lying to themselves. So what he's doing is giving the wrong advice to a subset of people that's not trying to live like that. Now, even within the men that are tall, have the money, within that group of men, it's still a small percentage of men that want to be players like that. Most men, in all regards, want to be in a relationship. Yes, some men have the ability and can get away with certain things, but we're talking about America. It's not working. So he's trying to. There's no way in hell. This is where the social media, the red pill. I agree with some of the sentiments, but I don't agree with the whole foundation of red pill because they're giving a standard to every man, even though they point out differences. But every man's getting the same mindset, and it's not for every man. Most of the men that in those podcasts don't have active relationships. They don't. They don't have women. The only person that was married was Andrew Tate. And he hid that for years. But my thing is, you know, I'm gonna have a conversation. You hit me up. I got your number now. I'm gonna talk to you like the differences because I think there's a
I might have it construed. So
yeah,
no,
it's just
I agree with what you're saying, real.
You agree
yeah,
with real,
it's
but you ain't agree with me. Like I just don't be
oh my
understanding
God,
men. Like
Mugga,
this shit
I
is
told
stop!
you
crazy.
Oh
earlier,
my
Mugga.
I'm
I
God,
literally
agree.
Wait
just
a
saying the
minute,
same shit.
no. Listen,
Mugga, I
I'm still
told you
recorded.
earlier. I
Like this is
agree.
why I be telling y'all need to get yourselves together. Y'all gotta start being more receptive to people who have actual logic and common sense, not just men, not
So
niggas
you're
with
the
dick.
only one in here with actual logic and common sense.
Nope,
No,
nope,
you can't
nope,
identify that.
nope. I'm not. We're not gonna do that.
All right,
No.
all right.
Relax.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mugga. That was uncalled for.
Yeah,
That
it wasn't called for. Get it together.
I'm sorry.
yo, Mugga.
Oh,
Let's continue.
Because what happens is men are not going to take you serious when you come with your standards for them. Because there is truth to that part. I will definitely give you that. All right, we got a lot of paid questions. I want to continue with you, but do you want the paid questions for you?
Absolutely. And I just want to say one thing on what you just said, real quick. I can you hear me clearly?
I can.
I totally disagree with the part that women should not do that. I think women should do that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. And I actually
You
think,
think, hold on, you think a woman should agree to have sex with a man knowing that he's having sex with other women?
yeah, because they having sex with other guys.
So a woman should agree.
This is a bad dating coach. Yo, that's a dangerous situation you trying to put men in. Are you crazy, nigga? You got to be crazy to be
he's
trying to put.
doing that, and this is what happens, Slim. He got a taste of knowing when you go online and you go viral, probably for one video, that there's just going to be women that are going to be interested in this guy. And he got a taste of what it looks like to get some type of attention. So now that he's seeing that with this type of uh, attention that he's getting, that he can get pussy easier than he ever got it. So now he's trying to preach to a lot of women that don't understand dating. That's trying to, in regard to how he's trying to operate, because there ain't no way in hell that it don't make sense for either or. I wouldn't tell a man to be fucking or a woman to be fucking if they're looking for a committed relationship. I said this yesterday. I don't believe a man or a woman that has not been able to be disciplined without sex for over a year to show me that they're ready for a relationship.
Right.
A man and a woman. I don't believe it. There's never been nobody in America that has been fucking someone up 2 months ago and then said, I'm ready for dating, and the outcome did not end up the same way again. And instead of them saying, you know what, I'm 32 and I still don't know how to fucking date, what they start telling themselves, I'm an introvert. I need a pet. I need I just realized I'm just different. That's what they start telling themselves to help them sleep at night. But that's not the case. You don't know how to fucking date. You don't have teamwork skills. You don't know how to hold yourself accountable. Your ways, your ideology is one-sided as fuck.
Right.
It gets worse and it breaks you down. Love isn't going through pain. So this is what people are doing nowadays. So no, and when you pass the panel to me, I'm gonna break it down again. And we need to know that there is distinctions between what people are promoting versus what's going on in the world. It's not working. This dude's just a knucklehead, and he knows there's a lot of women that just want to say, I fucked somebody that was in some sort of social media. He knows what he's doing. He's full of shit.
Right. Hey,
So
real.
yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna pass the panel to you in 9 minutes because I'm not gonna stay on here because this is I didn't even know it was this
Okay.
long, and I'm only this is gonna for y'all to the ones that this is gonna be part 1 of this video because I am gonna finish this video tomorrow,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna keep going, but once 9 o'clock hit, I'm done. Noah, what did you have to say, Noah?
So yes, he took a year, or he took longer than a year to want to build a relationship with a woman. My question is, how do you present yourself after taking a break of relationships? How do you present yourself and wanting a relationship?
You present yourself by working on yourself, but finding a foundation within yourself. Find reasoning behind why you believe what you believe. Find out if it's healthy. Compartmentalize the stages of what you need to do as far as understanding having another person in your life, understanding the roles you're going to play, understanding the realistic roles you want her to play, and finding foundation in that. It's very simple. Now, I said not having sex, but that's just a component of what I'm going to believe. Since we live in America, it's hypersexual. So that's something that stands out more than anything else. So that's why that's one of the biggest indicators that shows me that someone's not ready to be in a committed relationship. Fucking is fairly easy. This man just said, I fucked a woman on Thanksgiving and I'm about to go on a date in a couple of hours. Fucking is very easy. Everybody's horny.
It's not easy. It's not for him.
It's not
easy
easy for some. Yeah, because again, there's some people that may have an advantage, and that's the way some people. But I'm saying that if you know yourself, Noah, if you ground yourself, found foundation, and know what's right on a realistic level, and don't compare and contrast, and focus on what's right for you, and don't have this misnomer beauty standard for what type of woman you think you want, and really figure it out, I think you'll find what you're looking for. But you can't go to other places and you don't know yourself. You're listening to men or men and women that probably have a little more foundation than you, and you're trying to live off their notions. Find out what you want. That's why I said when I go watch Fresh and Fit, even watch Kevin Samuels, there's only specific things that I will be like, I agree with. I'm not going to just take that person as a whole if what they say next contradicts the first thing. Sometimes they do that. And then you have to realize, Fresh and Fit, one of the guys got a girl pregnant, made her get an abortion, and everybody's like, whoa, he's like, I never took it serious. Then he's like, then she pulls up messages of him being his mom. Damn. You wasn't serious about it, but he's a foreigner. Like he's a black man. Then that's a big thing for a man to introduce you to his parents from another culture.
That is true.
So he's telling us, oh, she's not a big deal. She's just this and that. But that's why I tell y'all, these men be falling for women just as much. That's why it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. You're listening to people. It's not a but. It's not a but, Noah. I'm telling you, once you find foundation in yourself, once you value the foundation, and yes, a lot of the truths about yourself, you're not going to like it. There's some things that you're going to realize about yourself that you probably didn't know. You're not going to like the circumstance for it. But once you learn how to love it, then you'll find what you're looking for. But you can't always go to certain platforms to find the answer for a certain outcome. Like it's just you gotta take some of that stuff with a grain of salt. You just do. You just gotta. You can't like
a grain of salt in the right way or the grain of salt in the morally wrong way.
I would say that the grain of salt to me is you gonna do in the research. You go look at now. You can go look up. Okay, does this make sense? This is where you need. This is why I say another component for a man, especially, is getting professional help or getting a mentor, or getting a consultant to say, hey, does this make sense? Is this healthy? Because I got this information and I can relate to a little bit, but does this make sense for me? Knowing what I've told you and what we've been talking about, is this something I should be doing? That's going to help ground you as well. Then a belief system. You need another belief. That's another component. Then you need core values. These are all components that you're going to put on different columns, and they're going to have to scale. The scale for that's going to have to be balanced. It's going to have to make sense for who you are. So if you when you come to the conclusion to that, you'll make better decisions for yourself. That's just what it is. But yes, you're gonna look at things on a level of they can do this because of this. He can get away with that because of that. She can fuck, but then next time they're talking about men, now you're gonna look at it like that because you don't know yourself. So you're just trying to gauge the world anecdotally, and you're trying to work around something like that, and that's not gonna help you get nowhere. It's not.
Well, two things. Me personally, yes, I'm looking at it that way because I'm not old enough to know myself at the level that older people know themselves.
Yes,
Like,
you are.
yeah,
You are.
I mean,
You are. That's another lie. That's another lie.
what do you mean?
Another lie is your parents are supposed to be, and like I said, I know not everybody's dealt the same cards. Your parents are your first advisors. They're your first therapists. They're your first teachers to help you socialize in environments, help you become a person that can adjust to conversations, not be maladjusted and just randomly speaking on bullshit when you be around people. They're going to help you identify what love, what's right, and not things that are associated with a smile. Doing the right thing, understanding when to use your emotions after you done put the effort of character into a situation. Then you can say, you know what? I can identify with the consistencies in this woman or this person or this friend or even family members. Okay, now I can put love into it. Not just loving first and then finding out later that the people that you think is supposed to love you back don't give a fuck. That's what your parents are supposed to do. They're supposed to sit you down at your age-ready level as you develop new feelings, new thoughts, new curiosities, hormones. It's so
Well,
often, more often than not, that your parents are supposed to be. So when you leave out into this world, you're more prepared. You can understand what's right for yourself. You just won't be jumping into anything because you need to take chances. You're going to be more precautionary, just stages. Yes, I know most kids don't get dealt with those type of cards. But if I'm telling you now, you should know yourself before you leave your parents' house.
All righty. Let me go ahead and finish this out until it gets to 9 o'clock. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and slide it to you, real. Look, I want to thank everybody for coming through. I will finish this out tomorrow morning. So this is just part one. All I ask from you guys, if you come in here, can I get one bean? I am a host, even though I don't really care about beans, but just, hook a ninja up with one bean. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just because I don't look that good like the rest of these niggas, don't mean you can't gift a ninja. But anyway, let me go
Oh
ahead
my
and
God.
but yeah, let me I'm gonna go ahead and slide this over to